Just 4. 13-16 He will realize that all he does is due to the strength coming from Jehovah. PS 34. 2. 44. 8 Jehovah told Israel, let the one bragging about himself brag about himself because of this very thing, the having of insight and the having of knowledge of me, that I am Jehovah, the one exercising loving kindness, justice and righteousness in the earth. For in these o textoi acute miritra longo, Love 278 writes, it is more concerned with the spiritual welfare of the other person. Row 14. 13, 15. Love does not become provoked. It does not look for an occasion or an excuse for provocation. It is not moved to outbursts of anger, which is a work of the flesh. 5. 19, 21 Having love is not easily offended by what others say or do. He is not afraid that his personal dignity may be injured. Love does not keep account of the injury. Literally, it is not reckoning the bad thing. Int. It does not consider itself to be injured and so lay up that injury as something on the books of account, to be settled, or paid off, in due time, in the meantime permitting no relations between the injured and the injurer. That would be a vengeful spirit, condemned in the Bible. 19. 18. Row 12. 19 Love will not impute evil motives to another but will be inclined to make allowances and give others the benefit of the doubt. Row 14. 1, 5. Love does not rejoice over unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. Love rejoices with the truth even though it upsets previous beliefs held or statements made. It sticks with God's word of truth. It always sides with the right, finding no pleasure in wrong, in lies, or in any form of injustice, no matter who the victim is, even if he is an enemy. However, if a thing is wrong or misleading, love does not fear to speak out in the interests of truth and of others. 2. 11-14 Also, it prefers to suffer wrong rather than commit another wrong in an attempt to straighten out the matter. Row 12. 17, 20 But if another person is properly corrected by one having authority, the loving person will not sentimentally side with the chastised one and find fault with the correction or the authorized one who did the correcting. Such an action would not be an expression of love for the individual. It might gain the favor of the corrected one, but it would harm rather than help him. Love bears all things. It is willing to endure, to suffer for righteousness' sake. A literal rendering is, all things it is covering. A person having love will be slow to expose to others the one who wrongs him. If the offense is not too serious, he will overlook it. Otherwise, when the course recommended by Jesus at Matthew 18, 15-17 is applicable, he will follow it. In such cases, if the other person asks forgiveness after the wrong is privately pointed out to him, and repairs the damage, the one having love will show that his forgiveness is real, that it has completely covered the matter, as God has. PR 10. 12. 17. 9. 1 PE 4. 7, 8. Love believes all things. Love has faith in the things God has said in his word of truth, even if outward appearances are against it and the unbelieving world scoffs. This love, especially toward God, is a recognition of his truthfulness, based on his record of faithfulness and reliability, just as we know and love a true, faithful friend and do not doubt when he tells us something for which we may not have proof. James 23. 14 Love believes all God says, though it may not be able to grasp it thoroughly, and it is willing to wait patiently until the matter is more fully explained or until getting a clear understanding. 1 Co 13. 9-12. 1 PE 1. 10-13 Love also trusts in God's direction of the Christian congregation and his appointed servants and backs up their decisions based on God's word. 1 T 5. 17. Heb 13. 17 However, love is not gullible, for it follows the counsel of God's word to test the inspired expressions to see whether they originate with God, and it tests everything by the measuring rule of the Bible. 1 Joe 4. 1. Acts 17. 11, 12 Love produces confidence in one's faithful Christian brothers. A Christian would not suspect them or disbelieve them unless there was absolute proof that they were wrong. 2 Co 2. 3. 5. 10. PHM 21. Love hopes all things. It has hope in all the things Jehovah has promised. Row 12. 12. Help 3. 6 at O textoi acute miritra longo. Love feasts 279 is extended to all persons until they show they are hatters of God. Then the time comes for love's expression toward them to end. Both Jehovah God and Jesus Christ love righteousness and hate lawlessness. PS 45. 7. Help 1. 9. Those who intensely hate the true God are not persons toward whom love is to be expressed. Indeed, it would accomplish no good to continue exercising love toward such ones, for those who hate God will not respond to God's love. PS 139. 21, 22. Issa 26. 10th. Therefore God properly hates them and has a time to act against them. PS 21. 8, 9.